Thank you very much, Nick, for having us at the iManage Partner Conference. It's challenging and exciting to go from 90 to 150 people in under 5 months. But, it's positive stress and we all enjoy it a lot. So, as long as it's positive and really something we kind of looked for, it's a great time to be alive. And we're all happy that we're playing a part in the adventure that we're having and the adventure we're having together. So, to answer your question, what's keeping me up at night? I'd say not much, because I fall asleep immediately because there's a lot going on. I want to say thank you all for doing this with us. I think it's a great occasion to say thank you. Thank you, Nick, but also thank you, team ISV and integrations that iManage. It has been a great experience so far. You have a smooth process. The collaboration is great. We have been on point all the time. It's a very professional working environment and it's a lot of fun. And this is also more than just an average industry collaboration where you just, plug in APIs and then say we have connected the database, exchange logos, and that's it. I think this has been a very intense collaboration with a lot of beneficial add. And we enjoyed working with you a lot. And I'm speaking for the whole BRYTER team in saying that I'm really hoping that we can even get more application out the door and collaborate further. So thank you all. Pleasure to work with you so far. I'm here with Josephine in the London team, who will introduce us to a number of applications that we've built and that are readily available today as templated solutions out of the box that you can use immediately as an iManage customer, and that are further customizable even for you in case you want to change them on the fly without needing a line of code. So really just plug and play and use them and change them. We're going to show 2 solutions today, one for law firms and one for corporate. Thank you very much for listening. Handing over to my colleague, Josephine, who will showcase us 2 solutions readily available in the iManage platform. Josephine, what is the problem a user has before using the lease reviewer?
Yeah, great question. So lease review is a very time-consuming and kind of tedious process, especially if you're reviewing tons and tons of leases over and over again. And that's usually something that you could typically standardize. So if you have a playbook that helps you just review this so much quicker and integrate with iManage Extract that also just highlights all key clauses for you, you can base your review decisions on both kind of what you see in the playbook as well as what iManage Extract has extracted for you. And that just means the whole experience is seamless and there's much less room for human error. And we can immediately kind of upload any type of kind of lease report or escalate any identified risk to the legal team as well. Yeah, so let's have a look at how we can make the lease review process really seamless using iManage Work and BRYTER. And as a first step, what we'll do is actually upload the agreement we want to review, and there the extraction process begins. Yeah, so as we can see, the lease agreement is already being uploaded in iManage Extract. So now that Extract has finished the extraction process, we can actually start with using the playbook that has been generated in BRYTER, and that will walk us through step by step on how to address each of the key terms that have been identified by iManage Extract. So what we can see here on the screen is on the left side, we have the BRYTER playbook, and then on the right side, we have our agreement that we can still go through for reference and just to confirm certain clauses and individual pieces of information. But this first input looks really good. So we've confirmed the landlord details, and now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the tenant details as well. And we will always find the extracted information up top, and then we need to actually include some key information in text blocks such as this one, some of which have already been extracted and can just be inputted, and we can amend them manually if you want to add any information, and some of which we have kind of single or multi-select options for to make a further assessment as we go through. So I'm just going to go through here and select that this is actually a retail lease. And then what we need to do next is include the principal rent. And we can see we've actually identified the principal rent clause, but it hasn't extracted the exact amount. So what we can then do is just go through the agreement down here and just include this manually, no problem. And this is done really, really quickly because it's so handy. We have the document right next to our playbook as well. And then most of the time, all of the answers are already in this extracted term up here. So we can just confirm the information that iManage Extract has identified for us. And if we have any concerns, we can always jump back into the agreement and just kind of read through the clauses. But here, this looks really good. And what we're going to do now is calculate the actual rent-free period. And then we're going to be walked through several other questions with regards to our agreement.
Thank you very much, Josephine. That was super helpful. I think there's a lot of value there for iManage customers to actually kind of out of the box bring this to play. Great examples for services in an infrastructure that's already there. Thanks for demoing. So let's head over to something that corporate legal departments can use. If I'm not mistaken, this is a solution where the actual user of the front end of the solution is not sitting in the legal department or the compliance team, but is actually outside the teams within the organization. Is that right?
Exactly. It's for everyone that the legal department is serving within the business.
Nice. So the typical situation here is, of course, somebody needs legal advice on a repetitive question, on a repetitive topic. Somebody would pull out their phone and would basically open the app and just start chatting and interacting with the application. If you're a salesperson and you need an NDA, or you're a salesperson and you have a question on compliance checks, is that something you can do through the application? Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Nice.
Let's have a look at one example. In this case, how software license agreements can easily be reviewed using a playbook in BRYTER and leveraging the functionality both iManage Work and iManage AI services offer. This workflow is completely triggered end-to-end via BRYTER, all while interacting with iManage tools behind the scenes. In a first step, the user uploads the document to iManage. The document has automatically been stored to the right project in iManage Work. Once uploaded, the contract is sent for processing by the iManage AI services using either their pre-trained out-of-the-box models or the models you have custom trained specifically for your contract types. The applicable extraction models for key clauses are being applied using iManage AI services. Once this process is complete, the user automatically receives an email with a link to commence the review process. This is the start of the review playbook. Here the user is guided through a series of questions to assess key terms and to confirm extracted information from iManage AI services. Throughout the playbook, the reviewer can access company best practices and house positions to flag risks easily and understand house position. At the end of the review playbook, a review report is automatically created, which outlines not only key details of the reviewed agreement, but also flags any identified risks. It indicates a risk level using a traffic light system and details material observations related to those identified risks below. The risk scoring is already built into the solution and can be completely tailored to a corporate's needs and business best practices. If the risk level is marked as high, the review tool will automatically escalate this to the legal team, who will receive an email notification to continue the second stage review. Meanwhile, the risk report is safely stored in iManage and linked to the originally uploaded agreement. All solutions are fully flexible to allow corporate teams to tailor to their need in just a few clicks. Content can be amended using the BRYTER editor, much in the same way as working within Microsoft Word. Risk scoring can be completely tailored so that answers are weighted in line with company best practices. Absolutely no coding skills or IT involvement required.
Josephine, I think the benefits are clear. Thank you very much for demoing this. So we made an effort to just, give you a glimpse of what is possible if you integrate a service automation solution into an ecosystem structure and platform like iManage. We enjoyed it very much, and I'm looking forward to all the other applications that we're building and that we're going to showcase next year. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Josephine. Have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.
Back to the studio, Nick. Look forward to connecting with you later.